Good afternoon. It's Thursday. It's 20 past 1, and I'm in Morpeth. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have absolutely no idea. It's north of Newcastle, and I've just done my delivery now at 20 past 1, and today has been the only day in a few weeks that I've actually hit what I class as my target for the day. Um, and that's come about quite luckily because I've ended up with a return off this load. Only a very small return. I've got a really bad deal. I've told you about it all. Told you all about it before in a previous video. I got a bad deal with one of my customers where rubbish returns 50 quid if I'm on site already and coming back that way. So it literally just covers my fuel back. Anyway, enough of that crap. What did I do last week? Last week I was off. I was having a family week off. Me, the wife, and the kids. Bloody hell, DPD, that's a crap place to park. Anyway, me, the wife, and the kids were going away for the week just to have some relaxation time. I wanted to be out of the van. Wifey wanted to be off the computer doing work. I've still got my flashing beacons on. And the kids needed a change of scenery. Ignore the noise in the back of the van. I've not strapped my trolley down. Anyway, we'd booked to go to Southport because we can't go too far because Fred gets car sick. And it was supposed to be a nice week, which last week, as we know, was an absolutely scorching week. And Southport's not too far. And it's got a beach. And Monday was also Fred's first day of nursery. So the plan was Fred would go to nursery, he'd finish nursery for his first day, we'd go away for the rest of the week. He'd start nursery again this week. And yeah, that's how the plan. So that's exactly how it started. Fred went to nursery, me and wifey packed the car and got everything ready to go. Fred came home, we all left, got to Southport, had a Mackey's for tea because we got there quite late on. Got to our accommodation, and my God, it was a dump. Oof, and that is being polite. Obviously, the cleaners have been in just before we got there and poured a bucket of water on the floor. You couldn't even class it as mopping, it was just soaked. Leon ran to the shop and got some cloths to try and dry it up. It just didn't dry up. And the cloths were black. The shower was mouldy. It was pretty minging. But we devised the plan that we were going to use it as a base camp. Villager was going to sleep there, and the rest of the time we'd be out exploring. The kids would be having fun, blah, blah, blah. And it just never happened because the kids wouldn't go to sleep. Oh, yeah. At like 10 o'clock at night, I'm driving around Southport trying to get him to sleep in the car while Leanne's trying to clean the room a little bit, and we got him to sleep in the car, got him back in the rooms, and they woke straight back up. So I think it was about 11 o'clock at night we decided we need to take them home, get them in their beds, and get them to sleep. We left all our stuff, drove home. They fell asleep on the drive home. They didn't wake up. We put them in their beds. They both slept the night. We slept the night. I got up in the morning. Leanne had already. She's an early riser. When I'm off and I don't have to get up, I don't get up. Leanne does. So she got up. She shot back to Southport, which is only 45 minutes from us. Packed all our stuff back into the car. Gave him the keys back and came home. So that left us Tuesday, late morning, with nothing to do. And my lovely father-in-law was also doing some work on our house, so we didn't have a living room so the kids to watch TV or anything. So yeah, it really, really wasn't a great start to the week. But we decided we're still going to have the week off. We're going to try and get out, have some fun. So Tuesday we just went to have some food for some breakfast in the morning. Then we went to do some bits and bobs and some shopping and stuff. And then we said, Wednesday we're going to go out and we're going to do something. We want to find a beach, we want to go near the sea somewhere. And me and Leanne loved going to North Wales when we first got together. We've not been much since we had Freddie because he gets really car sick. We've only been like 2 or 3 times. And I don't think Finley's ever been. So we went to North Wales. We went to Llandudno first. Jesus, the speed limit's 40, not 25. Anyway, we went to Llandudno first, had a wander around, the tide was in, Freddie got a big ball bought for him. Remember the ball, it comes in later. And yeah, we had a wander around, and then we decided to go up to Conway Marina, because Conway Marina, me and Leanne have been before. Leanne used to go previously to me, and it's a really nice marina, loads of big boats, and then they've got like a little loading ramp into the water for the smaller boats and the jet skis and stuff that you can take on a day. And they've got a little beach next to it, so we were just playing there, letting the kids enjoy, stepping in and out of the water. Finley fell on her face in the water, luckily enough, so she was fine. And yeah, we had a bit of fun. And then we went home later on in the afternoon, did our usual stuff, teas, kids in bed. I went and did a bit of shopping at Asda because we needed some bits, because obviously we weren't supposed to be at home. And then I got home and Leanne wasn't feeling very well, and then I didn't feel very well. And then the Wednesday night, Thursday and Friday were horrendous. We were being sick, we couldn't hold anything down. As soon as we drank our it came straight back up. We both had a stomach bug. Luckily enough, we could send Freddie back into nursery so he could stay away from us. Finley had a bit of a cold, but she didn't really show any signs of stomach bug. So we were just, we were dying. So big thanks to Bob as well, because he was supposed to be doing some work in the house, and he ended up stopping that to look after Finley. And then Saturday, Leanne started feeling better. Sunday, I started feeling a little bit better. And then, was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. Anyway, no, I think it might have been, it was Saturday. The big red ball that we bought from Llandudno for Freddie, he was messing about with it, and obviously the TV was in a different room in a different place, because the front room was having work done on it. It was having plastering done on the walls. So took everything out of there. Everything was in the dining room, and the TV got annihilated, absolutely destroyed, smashed to bits, and it fell backwards onto the speakers that were with it and broke them as well. So I had to go out and buy a new TV. Not ideal. Now we're moving into a different place, hopefully. Touch wood, fingers crossed. I jinxed myself so much. That TV's, I'm not going to say anymore, but we got a new TV. And then Monday was back to work, and I had nothing on. But I decided I was getting up early, and I was leaving the house early, and I was perching up at 6:30ish. I perched up, and I was going to find a job, which is exactly what I did. I got the second job I bid on, and I got it for good money because they put the details down wrong on the job. They put just the area, so it was Manchester to Birmingham, and then when they put the postcodes on, it actually significantly reduced the mileage that I quoted. So I ended up getting $1.77 a mile for a job from Manchester to Birmingham. And then when I was in Birmingham, I was delivering to the NEC. So if you've ever been to the NEC, you need to be booked in before you get there. I was not booked in. But luckily enough for me, the booking system they use is called Voyager. And I'd used Voyager before. Voyager is the same booking system that the St. James use in Edinburgh. And I'd had to do that for one of our customers. So I managed to log myself in, book myself into the NEC, and within 10 minutes of being waiting in the car park, I was in. Whereas I feel like if I would have phoned the shipper, I would have been sat there for a good hour. But 10 minutes, I was in. Parked up, they came out with a fork truck and offloaded me straight away. It was such a simple, easy delivery. And then I looked at my rear tyre and it had a big fat screw in it. So it wasn't letting any air out, it didn't look like it was low or anything, couldn't hear any hissing or any air coming out. But I thought, I need to get this sorted ASAP before I pick up another job. I'm not driving around with potential for a blowout or a puncture. Well, I already got a puncture, but I look like it actually going flat. So I found the closest garage to NEC according to Apple Maps, which was a big regional chain, and this was one of their small branches on a corner of a street. And to say the lads were unprofessional and a bit arsey would be an understatement. I was not happy with the service there. But anyway, they fixed the tyre, and then they told me the card machine's not working and I owed them 20 quid cash. So I gave him 20 quid cash to fix my tyre. I'm sure that just went in his pocket probably. Anyway, I cracked on. Well, I went and parked down the road. I was on the phone to wifey and I was bidding on jobs. And then I got another call, so I had to go off. And it was a massive multinational shipper. Can you pick up in Redditch and take it to central London? Of course I can. This is what I do. I'll be there in, I think it was like 30 minutes because of traffic. So they were fine with that. I got there, got loaded, and it was 2 pallets of steel, and it was just shy of a ton. They were like steel frame legs and joins and stuff, and they were going into central London. So when I got there, there was a building site on the right and there was a building site on the left. My maps was telling me it was the building site on the right. So I was looking, I couldn't see anyone. I phoned the contact. He said, "Oh, I'll get someone to come out to you in a minute. I'm not on the site." And it turned out to be the building site on the left. And they were not pleased to see me in a van because they had a crane on the roof and the only access they had to their delivery was by crane. And they booked everything on flatbeds apparently, but I rocked up in a van. So on the side of a busy London street, they lowered the cage down from the crane and we handballed everything off the back of the van into the cage so they could take it up onto the roof. And then I left London. And as I left London, I pulled over at Toddington Services on the M1 and I wasn't feeling very well again. My stomach was off. I felt like I felt last week. So I stopped at the service for a little bit, had a drink, I tried having a chill out, and it was still quite warm on Monday, still quite warm today. And I ended up being quite badly sick all down the side of my van. So if you did see me at Toddington Services, I do apologise for that sight. I cleaned up, I'll wash my sick away down a grid with some water. But yeah, too much information I know. And I decided at that point I was going to drive home because I felt like crap. So that's exactly what I did. I dead miled it all the way home, went home and got in bed. Tuesday I got up and I felt a bit better again, and I was sat there all day quoting, bidding on jobs on the CX, and I did not get a sniff. Absolutely nothing. It was 65 jobs I quoted on up to like 1 o'clock in the afternoon from 8 o'clock in the morning. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I decided I'll have the day off. Wednesday's a new day. And Wednesday I woke up doing the same thing, quoting on jobs again. So I quoted on a job, and well, I actually had a job booked in for Thursday, which is today. I had a collection from Wellingborough, a collection from Derby, and a delivery up to Morpeth, I don't know, Newcastle. Let's call it Newcastle. So I wanted to find a job south where I could find myself ending my evening in Northampton. So I'd tramp out and I could pick up the load first thing in the morning. So I was bidding on anything going south. I didn't care where it was as long as it was south. And then I was going to go south and then try and make my way across. So one of the jobs I bid on was going to Swansea. And I bid on it a bit higher than normal because I didn't really want to go that way. And they phoned me straight away. And the first words he said was, you're the cheapest quote that I've had all day and I've reposted this job 6 times. So I was like, oh, brilliant, yeah, I can do it for you, no worries. And he's like, well, that's great, but can you do it for 40 quid cheaper? Why does everyone want to keep knocking 40 quid off me? If I'm doing it for 40 quid cheaper, I'm doing it for less than about £1 a mile. So I said no. I said, I'm really sorry that you've had no decent quotes all day, but that's my quote. And he went, well, you've quoted exactly what we've got on the job. So I said, oh, right, so you're not losing anything then? But no, but we've got to make profit. So I said, yeah, that's understandable, but I've also got to make profit. And I'm quoting my bottom line. That's the least I'll go for that job. Okay, do you put the phone down on me? So I was like, okay, no worries. 2 minutes later, the same multinational massive shipper from the day before, from Monday, phoned me and gave me a job from Manchester to Plymouth. Still not ideal because I'm going a lot further down than I wanted to and it's going to take hours. But anyway, I took the job and I went and picked it up. And I think by the time I picked it up, it was about 11:15. And I got down to Plymouth and delivered at 3:30. And then there was a job, and it was from Plymouth to High Wycombe, and I was 15 minutes, 20 minutes max from it. It was literally down the road from where I just delivered, and it was the same shipper from the first phone call who I said I wouldn't drop my price for. And I put in a quote at 65p a mile, and there was only 4 other vans down there. 2 of them were small vans. One was a Luton and one was a long wheelbase, and it was a long wheelbase job. And that quote sat there and sat there and sat there. And as I cancelled it and carried on driving away, I kept an eye on it, and it sat there for about 45 minutes past its pickup time, and then came up saying sold. So I'm assuming that same shipper's done the same thing and gone, well, I'm not giving it him because he won't give it me. He won't drop his price this morning, even though this is a good price. And then he's had to sit there and wait for someone to go cheap enough for him to use them. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I started going back up. I didn't get anything. I ended up driving dead all the way to Northampton, where I tramped overnight. On my way, I picked up a new camp bed because my airbed had previously died on me. And I did not have a very comfortable night's sleep last night. I got quite cold in the back of the van. It was 9 degrees this morning when I woke up outside. And in the back of the van, it felt colder than that. I probably would have been better off sleeping outside next to the van. But then I would have got bit by loads of creatures. Like a fox could bite me or something. No, probably not. Anyway, so yeah, then I got up early. I was at my first collection for 7, got loaded by 7:30, and my second collection for it was about 9 o'clock I arrived, 9:30ish I was loaded, 9:45, and I've just delivered now up near Newcastle about 20 minutes ago, so about 1:10. And now I'm on my merry way back down because some of the stuff that I picked up actually turned out to be the wrong stuff, and the customer had ordered it wrong, and therefore I'm getting paid a small amount to drive back down, which I'm not bothered about anyway because there is no work coming out of this area at the minute. There's some jobs for tomorrow morning, but I've got a job for tomorrow morning picking up from Stockport, awaiting return to Stafford or Stoke or something like that. Not a big job, but hey, it doesn't matter. Next week's going to be different. Next week's going to be busy. I can feel it in my bones. I'm being positive. I've not been very positive this week. I've been in a bit of a crappy mood about it all, really, because it's just been a bit of a crap week. But like I said, today is the first day that I've actually made what I class as my daily target, which is a significantly like quite a big amount of money. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with my 3-hour drive home. Get home, have a relax with my wife, give her a big cuddle, so I miss her. Have a cuddle with the kids, have a chill out, and tomorrow's another day. And then I think I'll have a relaxing weekend. I don't think there's going to be any work over the weekend for me to do. So yeah, that was last week where I was sick as a dog, and so was wifey. And this week it's just been a really poor week, if I'm being completely honest. It's been a terrible week for me, well, for the company, earnings wise. But next week's a new week, and we're going to earn some money next week. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Oh, before you go, I have signed myself up for the CX's conference for Wednesday next week, just to see what they're saying for an hour about how to broaden your horizons and build your company using the CX. So I will watch that crap and report back to you. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe, like I've already said. Like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.